Hello, and welcome back to Transform and Roll Out Season 3 of Eons, Episode 5. First thing first, this will be a continuation of Episode 4, following Scorchfire, Smolder, Domina, Stormburst, Convoy, and Mantyx's adventure. But we are going to do things a little differently this time. The first half of this episode will follow Scorchfire Prime, Stormburst Convoy, and Smolder. So players, here is the plan. You're going to tell me which character you're playing as and give me a short description of what they look like and what is currently going through their thoughts. Hexamis, you're up first.
Hey, my name is Hexamis. I play as Scorchfire Prime, who is a blue Autobot who transforms into a sportsy vehicle car. Currently, I'm trying to think. I feel like her thoughts are rather confused, maybe a little jumbled and disjointed, but just glad to have Stormburst on her side.
Lapis, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Lapis. I'm playing Smolder, a 5-foot-tall Decepticon, who is a little red guy with 4 arms. He's got a dragonfly head on his chest because he turns into a pretty little dragonfly. And he has a visor. And his thoughts right now? He's hungry. That's it.
Wow. Accurate description. Kilo, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Kilobyte. I play Stormburst Convoy. He's an orange Cybertronian spaceship. He has an eye patch, and he's just trying to figure out what Scorchfire and Smolder are trying to do here at the Primal Vanguard.
Perfect. And finally, I'm Onyx. I'll be your DM, your Primus, your god for this round. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Ready.
Wait. I didn't go.
Oh,
No,
you're in the
your
second half.
turn.
First, a quick tip reminder for our players and the audience. The TBD watches have made many advances across the ages, allowing one to travel throughout the timeline threads in the multiverse. The first TBD time traveling device started off as a backpack with cable that connected to a wristwatch. It also had 5 notches, allowing one to make 2 jumps. Due to its size, it did not have the drawbacks of today's watches, meaning it did not lose a notch per day, nor could completely drain empty. Instead, it was rather heavy and slowed down the user. However, advancements in technology has allowed users to wear the time device on one's wrist, creating smoother movements to the bearer, with the only drawbacks for each day that passes a notch decays, and the possibility of complete battery drainage, which would cause the user to fall out of sync with the rest of their companions / the TBD. Future advancements have yet to be made, but with the help from science, anything is possible. The Forget-Me Ray, on the other hand, has no need for any improvements, as it appears to daze the subjects, making most missions successful. As quoted by Wheeljack, if it still functions, don't throw it out in space. Now let's continue. A half day has passed since the events of the previous episode, and no one has seen or heard from Primus. Swerve is only seen for a bit, but then also always disappears the next second. The council left the halls of the Vanguard and spread throughout the Chrome Castle. Stormburst has invited you, Scorchfire and Smolder, to the garden to talk more about each other's worlds in more detail, about the differences and what eventually became of his timeline thread, and the plan on how you all are going to attempt to acquire the Silver Matrix. Smolder is still sitting on Scorchfire's shoulders, trying their best to pay attention, but find themselves getting easily distracted as the cyber-organic flowers twinkle colors of the rainbow underneath the bright blues and purples of the open galaxy sky. Kilo, take it from here.
Are you sure you can trust the TBD? I don't know why they would want this powerful relic.
Well, I mean, I can at least trust them a bit more than I trust the Vanguard. I mean, it's kind of hard to really gauge who I should trust at all. But, I mean, they're willing to help actually maybe do some good work in getting rid of whatever is plaguing all these other worlds.
The TBD did save Mantyx's life, so they're in a little bit better standing for me than this legion of people who think they're gods.
Yeah.
I concur. we are trying our best. I know their methods are not the best, but as far as stealing the Matrix, I could entertain Primus and make a distraction for you all. I just don't know when it's a good opportunity to really try to do that. You probably don't want to do it in front of the rest of the members.
No.
And I rarely see him without the Matrix.
Well, he was
So-
looking kind of sickly earlier, right? I don't know exactly why, but maybe it had something to do with the Matrix. Maybe,
He's like rusting a little, yeah?
yeah, that's what it looked like. But
He is?
he's only with one other bot right now. We haven't seen him or Sordovus in a while.
Yes, I don't know where they usually go after these kind of events.
You guys don't have trackers on each other, or check
Do
where
you-
each other's signals are.
Do you know where they're not? Like narrowed down that way?
You could walk around the palace, but there are rooms I am forbidden to go into.
Okay, well,
That's,
you're forbidden, but I'm not.
Yeah, but
Nobody
I-
said anything about me.
We can take a walk.
that's true.
Take a jaunt.
I do want to let you know that only a Matrix bearer can hold the Silver Matrix. Anybody who's not a Matrix bearer will perish.
How do you know that I don't have a Matrix?
How do you know that you do have one? He just looks at him.
That's funny.
Luminous
Anyways.
Prime mentioned
The
that.
voice in Smolder's head.
Oh God.
Oh, Primus. You are going to get us both killed.
Dude, I immediately stiffen and I rattle my fist on my head, knock on my forehead. Hello, is that you? Who are you?
No answer.
I've been trying to speak to you for days. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty for multiple
Smolder?
days now.
No answer.
Are you okay, little guy?
No,
Smolder,
that
okay?
no, the guy spoke to me and I haven't heard from this guy for like days.
Oh. Joy. That's not great. What did he say?
Oh Joy, you're gonna get us both killed.
Oh, Joy.
Oh,
I don't want to
Joy.
hear that.
Stormburst, you said that touching the Silver Matrix would kill me.
Well, I said those that don't have a Matrix, and Luminous did mention that there was no Matrix sensed inside of you when you were brought into the castle. So I was letting you know that way you wouldn't perish.
Yeah, I guess that's appreciated. Thanks.
You're welcome. It would have to be either Scorchfire or me, but I can entertain the rest of the primes. So I'm kept watch compared to you both.
Well, I mean, I feel like the both of us are pretty sneaky. If you were able to make a distraction, I think we might be able to get in there, hopefully.
I have a great idea. What if you let me borrow your Matrix, Stormburst? Just for a little bit, and then that way, if something happens to Scorchfire, I can get the thing and we can go.
Scorch just kind of slowly turns her head to Smolder.
A voice in Smolder's head says something.
Finally, an excellent idea. I'm genuinely surprised.
Hey, that was rude.
What, me looking at you? It's not rude.
Oh no, sorry, that was the guy again.
He's
Well,
chatty
it's
today.
not that easy. It's not easy to give you just my Matrix. That's not how it works, or I don't think that's how it works.
Well, I see people take those things out of their chests all the time. Like, you just take it out and you put it in my hands, and maybe
Yeah,
it'll
but you
get smaller and go inside my chest or something.
Well,
I don't
you
know.
have to be worthy, and I don't know.
Are you saying I'm not worthy?
I cover Smolder's ears. Tell him that.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm worthy. I don't know if I'm worthy, okay? I was given the Silver Matrix once and it didn't work for me, okay?
But you didn't get disintegrated.
No, because I have a
Well,
Matrix,
Yeah.
but it didn't activate for me, so does that mean I'm not worthy?
Well, doesn't that mean that if somebody gave me a Matrix, it would totally work for me?
I don't know, but I don't want to give you the Matrix.
my
I
head
don't know
on
what
my
you
hand.
can
Like,
do.
please, he's making grabby hands. Please.
Roll perceptions.
Oh God.
Who? Everyone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oops, shoot.
Me making grabby hands. Give me your matrix.
Give.
I got a 10.
I got a 4.
Oh
Well,
boy.
I got a 2.
we can't see.
Hey, I
All
have
right.
eyes.
First roll for
Scorch fire. You got a natural 1.
Yeah.
You don't see scrap.
I got my
Same
head
with
in my
Kilobyte.
hands.
Same with
I can't see
Stormburst, yeah.
anything.
I'll give this to Smolder though. During mid-sentence there, you see the bubble that surrounds the Chrome Castle begin to flicker, as if it's having some issues. It's shimmering and it quakes, almost unsettling. Continue.
Well, pause of the conversation here, where you were just about to hand me the matrix. But anyways, the thing that everybody keeps telling me that I should not have been able to pass through, but I did because I'm amazing. It's flickering.
What?
Look at the thing. I'm pointing at the thing. I'm pointing at the bubble. It's flickering. Look at it.
Like, look up from my hands.
Yeah, I would like to use my hands to angle your head in the direction of the bubble.
Oh.
It's flickering.
Is that, normal?
I look at Stormburst.
I also look at Stormburst.
Never seen it do that before.
Do you think it has something to do with Primus?
I could, but I'm worried now.
Yeah, that's not great.
I guess we should probably get a move on.
I have an idea. While I go with Smolder and entertain Primus, Scorchfire, you can try to find the Silver Matrix. And while you're doing that, I can direct Smolder to Nautilus. He was a member. He's no longer with us. We still have his Matrix casing. Maybe that would work for
That-
them.
That sounds like a really good plan.
You okay with that, Smolder?
Yeah.
It doesn't have its spark. We went to find him after it took a while for him to return from their trip back home to their timeline, and when we found them, they were decapitated. Somebody had taken them out. So that's who you're here to replace, Scorch. And we do have the casing. I don't know if it'll work, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, let's give that a shot. That sounds like a good plan.
Don't get in over your head, Smolder, but yes, I think it's a good plan.
Everything's over my head, I'm very short.
Let's get going. I stand up by walking away.
I'm still on your shoulder, man. I'm with you.
Oh.
As you are all walking, the intercoms of the Chrome Castle go off, and you hear a menacing voice, scary and dark, but familiar. Wicked Convoy's voice.
I would like to ask the Vanguard to attend a very important meeting within the halls. That is all.
Oh.
I guess I'm being cold.
Why
Okay.
does that guy sound like a villain?
The voice in Smolder's head goes off.
Well, this should be good. Nothing ominous about that.
Yeah, I agree. Mysterious voice in my head.
Smolder?
I put my arm up so Smolder can come to my shoulder, and then and I'll go to the meeting with Smolder, and Scorchfire can try to find the Silver Matrix.
You guys know how monkeys will like grab onto an arm and like just like slowly they grab onto it and they're upside down and then they move on top? That's what he's doing. That's what Smolder's doing. He grabs on and he like slowly like rotates and then gets on your shoulder.
When you're on my shoulder, I look at you. I'm like, "Are you sure you didn't go by the name Zephyr before?"
No, that guy was weird.
He was a handful.
Very greedy.
I see such a resemblance with both of you. It's just uncanny.
I mean, he's actually taller than me, so I don't know.
I don't know.
You know.
I guess it's mannerisms or how you act. I don't know. It's just so familiar to me.
As a DM, not necessarily a compliment. Let's go!
This is
As
adorable.
the characters leave the Chrome Gardens and enter the castle, you notice something that's very odd. All the lights throughout the castle are flickering in and out before finally settling down, with about a third of the lights still remaining on. The rest seem to not turn back on.
Oh,
So,
that's not
who
good.
all is going to the Great Halls?
I'm going to the Great Hall with Smolder on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm attached to Stormburst right now.
I don't like how that sounded. Attached.
Oh, my bad. I'm vibing with Stormburst right now.
Good.
Scorchfire?
I am gonna stick with the plan and explore.
Okay. Stormburst and Smolder, you enter the Great Hall. And once in there, you are not the last nor the first to arrive. Everyone appears to be there except for Swartimus and Primus. About a third of the lights are remaining to be on in the Great Halls, but the backlighting behind all of the chairs is dark. Everyone's at their seats as you are walking in. What do you do?
I look at Wicked and say, what is this meeting about?
This meeting will continue only when all of the members have arrived.
I didn't see Swartimus or Primus, and usually Primus is the one that calls us, so I feared the worst.
Yes, yes. Where is your blue friend?
They were outside looking at the flowers. They needed a moment to think.
Let us hope they are quick.
I go sit down in my chair. Nervous
Alright,
now.
we're gonna flip to Scorchfire, who is currently walking through the hall. As you're walking down these great chrome halls, you see part of your reflection refracting back at you.
Blah.
Fair enough. You reach to one of the windows, allowing you to view the outside of the castle down into the Prime Statue Valley. Roll perceptions.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I got a 15.
Okay. You know of these statues. The statues that are lit up, that have a holographic version of the previous Prime, means that they are no longer with us. There are 2 statues that are not lit up, but one keeps flickering back on and off.
Can I tell, like, who is who?
Of the ones that are stable and still flickering, you can.
Okay.
Hold it up. The first one you recognize, Prima, followed by Megatronus, Alpha Trion, Nexus Prime, Solus Prime, Amalgamus Prime, Alchemist Prime, Onyx Prime, Micronus Prime, Quintus Prime.
Okay.
And as you are watching, paying attention to these statues, around a corner, Primus and Swartimus come around, and they see you standing there looking at the statues. Primus, in a raspy voice, goes,
Well, it looks like we have been called into the Great Halls. Are you coming with us, Scorchfire?
If you'd like me to come with you, I will. Are you feeling all right? Your voice sounds, a bit worn, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, yes. I just need to rest still. That last mission really took it out of me. Saving lives, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come,
For sure.
come.
Yes, sir!
I see great potential in you. Let us go.
Okay.
and the 3 of you walk into the Great Halls, and Primus, he comes in, points you to the blue chair as he makes his way to the chrome chair, with Swordmus, like, nurturing behind him, making sure he's okay, like, making sure he doesn't fall over and stuff.
I take my seat and kind of give a small little shrug to Stormburst and Smolder.
I wave at you ecstatically.
I wave.
I give a little thumbs up.
With Primus looking a little tired, he appears to be wearing a tight silver robe-like fabric covering his torso and his arm. He looks over to Wicked Convoy and says,
I believe you are the last to come in. Whatever is the matter, my purple friend?
and with that, Wicked Convoy stands up from his chair and steps down to the center where he can look at all of you. He appears to be waving his hands a lot when he talks, and he starts off with the following.
It has been brought to my attention the misuse of the Silver Matrix grows ever greater. In the latest examples, clipping the last timeline by a mere vote. Lies, Primus, should not be disguided by vote. And you may call me a hypocrite for voting during our last encounter, but I know more than the rest of you the true horrors that could have become of them. I was thinking of the other threads. They could have been infected. I feel like I'm the only one talking. Perhaps the other members of the Vanguard would like to chime in, or perhaps even those who are not a Matrix bearer nor an official member of the Vanguard.
And he tilts his head down, and his optics glance up towards you, Smolder.
Why is he looking at me?
The voice in Smolder's head goes off.
Finally, some recognition. Now, don't say anything stupid and get us a Matrix.
Oh, this is so much pressure. I don't know what to say.
I believe in you, Smolder.
Dude, little man is like, he's doing the pog face right now. He's just, you guys can't see my expression. I made the pog face. Anyways, he is looking at Wicked with like confusion. Like, why are you recognizing me? Why me? He kind of like looks over at Scorchfire and looks back at Wicked.
Well, I mean, I agree. I don't think that lives should be done, or I don't think that the fate of so many lives should be decided over the vote. Is kind of cruel, and they could have lived their own lives, but you decided it was good to clip those short.
Wise words from the little one. We all should take in consideration of what the small red one has said.
I give a big thumbs up to Smolder with a big smile, like, heck yeah.
He's so nervous right now. His little, like, his secondary arms are, like, twiddling his thumbs, you know? He's sitting there like, why is everybody looking at me right now?
With that in mind, I would like to offer someone else bear the Silver Matrix and make better ethical decisions. Someone perhaps, I don't know, other than Primus?
What do you suggest, Wicked?
Roll perceptions.
It's time.
Of course, you're volunteer.
I want to be, guys, give it to me.
I got a 17.
I got a 9.
I got a 2.
Smolder, you do not hear anything. Neither does Stormburst, as they are focused on Wicked Convoy intently. Scorchfire, however, you notice your TBD watch is acting a little funny. It's acting a little fuzzy. The notches are moving up and down. Like they stay mostly on 3, but they randomly move from 3, 4, 5, 1 through 3, 4, 5, but they hit 3 the most, indicating that is the number that you have left. And the location of where you are is all static.
Oh, what, was it not like that when we first arrived?
Not as bad. I think it did do static, but the notches didn't move.
The notches is the new thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct. You are correct.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, like, glance down at that, and then kind of just glance up at Smolder and give a grimace.
I would say Smolder's looking at you, but he's staring intently at Wicked because he wants to know why Wicked picked him out of the crowd.
Wicked Convoy stands there, still waiting for an answer from all of you.
I mean, I agree with Smolder. It's a big burden to place, but it's not something that we should just decide on a whim, on a random time and day. Just to say, yeah, they can't exist anymore. And I know the consequences of that, but I mean, maybe it is time for some kind of change.
Yes, change. I would like to offer another alternative. Perhaps this Vanguard is too unbalanced. The illusion of choice is granted to its members through votes by majority. No, we need a more logical approach. Someone that calculates with precision.
Roll perception.
God, okay.
Who are you suggesting, Wicked?
I'll answer that as soon as we roll perception.
I got a 17. That's pretty good.
I got
This is
an
scary,
11.
guys. I mean, it's not even happening to me. It's scary.
Perfect. You will all hear this. It is in that moment, after Stormburst asked that question, you all hear a fabric tearing sound behind each and every one of you. And as you all turn to investigate the noise, you also see a dark figure with a singular red eye. Crimson. with glow, directly behind Primus's chair.
That was the bad decision, Wicked. That was the bad decision.
Whoa, wait a minute,
But behind each of you, from whence the fabric-tearing sound originated from, red-tipped claws appear floating in the air, which begin to push aside an invisible veil, a ripping in space showing nothing but darkness behind it, as a sweep steps forth out of each new tear. Primus stands, still staring at Wicked Convoy, and merely makes out his last words.
What have you done?
Just as a large purple blast goes off, erupting directly behind his head. Chrome parts spew in every direction upon contact. His body drops to the floor, his chest breaks open, and the silver matrix rolls out onto the floor by his chair. The figure behind Primus steps forward more into the light. You are all in shock and awe, except for Smolder. This would be the first time they're meeting him. Smolder's more confusing.
I can't believe you're doing this to us right now.
Wow, it's a purple Cyclops.
As they appear to look exactly like Shockwave, only there's not an ounce of purple on him. Instead, he is entirely black with a crimson eye, in contrast to his iconic yellow one. His voice no longer deep and conning like you all remember, no. Now more monotone, as if coming through a tin can, but the fear still remains as you still listen to his words. He goes on.
We must not get ahead of ourselves, Wicked Convoy. I do not require the Silver Matrix, only to eliminate all who bear it or attempt to. Which brings me to conclude the Primus Vanguard will now be deconstructed.
Wicked Convoy looks down in disbelief at Primus's corpse, then glares back up.
This was not the compromise we agreed upon.
The bot responds.
That is correct. For if I told you my true plan, you would have never lowered that pretentious Chrome Castle's defenses.
Wicked Convoy begins to dash with rage at the dark mystery bot, with sword in hand screaming,
I'm going to kill you, Galaxy Wave! I'm going to kill you!
Before he even makes it halfway, however, Galaxy Wave reaches up with his arm blaster and lets out a greater blast than before, one with bright flashes of pure red arcing energy lighting up the room, casting shadows behind all. Then it stops. Wicked Convoy stands still, in the position of mid-run. Silence fills the room, as all of Wicked's colors begin to fade to gray. Ashes flake off, at first seeming like a gentle snow, but it doesn't take long until the avalanche begins, and there's nothing left. Not even the purple matrix he once held. What do?
I would like to ready an action to dive in front of Scorchfire should I need to.
Okay, noted.
I'm just sitting in pure shock at the atrocities that have happened before mine eyes.
Stormburst?
Stormburst is frozen in his chair, and his arms are shaking.
Galaxy Wave turns his menacing single-eye glare at you, Scorchfire.
How interesting. The time of my design, unfortunately for you. I have outgrown my use of you. Time to meet your oblivion, Scorchfire, Prime of the Beacon.
Roll initiatives.
I'm going to dive in front of you and save you.
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm gonna dive in front of you and save you. 19.
Got a 3. I have a +1 to initiative.
Second. I don't have any extra. I got an 18.
18? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for all intents and purposes, I'll have the sweeps go at the same time as Galaxy Wave. I'll roll them, they'll all go at once since they all have the same initiative. Okay, perfect.
Ooh.
There's currently a sweep behind every prime. Well, still standing that. And then there's Galaxy Wave. First up in the order is Smolder with their readied action.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna use my action that I have there. I'm gonna jump directly in front of Scorchfire.
Okay.
I'm gonna take anything that goes her way. that's on me, not her.
Okay, we'll see how much a 5 foot can block a taller bot.
Yeah,
I believe
no
in you.
Okay, if that is it, we're going to move to Scorchfire.
Okay, so there is a sweeper right next to me, yeah?
Behind your chair, yes.
Yeah, okay, so I would like to stand up. Did the
Okay.
chairs come off the floor?
They're cemented into the ground.
So I can't pick up my chair.
I mean, you can roll a strength and attempt to. I'm not ever going to say you can't do something
I
unless
want
it's
it.
obvious.
I'm gonna try to pick up my chair.
Okay, roll strength.
I got a 14?
Not going to do it.
Okay, well. My chair. Oh, so there's a chance. Okay, I'm going to then instead. I would like to use my ability, One Shall Stand. It is, again, I roll my strength. If I roll a 12 or higher, the target opponent is then knocked down and it skips their next attack. Else, if I roll a 11 or lower, their next attack will deal half damage.
Okay, well, let's see it.
I got a 9. I'm debating if I want to use my inspiration to reroll it or not. You know what? Actually, I think I will use my inspiration.
Okay,
Well, I got a 6, so that's so their next.
half damage.
Yes.
Perfect. And then after Scorchfire, we have some enemies. So, we will have Galaxy Wave go first, but while that is happening, Salvos, Swartimus, and Luminous Prime rush to their feet and begin charging at Galaxy Wave, completely ignoring the sweeps behind their chairs. Swartimus uses his size and all his strength to lift Galaxy Wave's arm blaster straight to the ceiling, while Luminous and Salvos try to pin his legs so he cannot move. Even with their numbers and size, they appear to be struggling at best. They've bought everyone else a few more moments to deal with the incoming sweeps or escape. So, Galaxy Wave will skip their turn for the time remaining. Who knows how long that will last. But we'll move on to the sweeps behind each of the players. First up, we'll go with Smolder.
Oh boy, oh boy.
17 for Smolder.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. Coming at you with their claws for a total of 19 damage.
Okay. Back in the day, I would have been like, ooh, but it's really not that bad.
Next up, we're going to have Scorchfire with Smolder attempting to block the damage. A 22.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Let's give it disadvantage since Smolder is attempting to block it.
Wait, I'm not gonna take the damage?
Sure, you can take the damage.
Yeah!
Hold on.
I'll take the damage.
For 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Then
Alright, I'm vibing.
we'll have Stormburst. The one behind you is going to use their blaster instead for 18.
That hits.
That hits, dealing roughly 22 points of damage.
Ouch.
Is at this point we're going to move to Stormburst, but Stormburst, I need you to roll me a con save, as this is traumatizing to you, as the last time you interacted with Shockwave, he murdered your entire team.
That's correct.
It may not have been this Shockwave, but they're still the same memory to you.
I got a 10.
With the 10, you're going to stand there in fear and skip your turn for now. Smolder, you're next.
Yeah, I'm just shaking in my chair.
Oh boy, it's my turn. Okay, let me see here what kind of abilities. Okay, I might actually have something that can help us. Let's see. Because it sounds like our best bet is to, like, run away, dude. But I am not forgetting that beautiful, beautiful matrix that is glistening in my eye. On the floor there, I see it.
R.I.P. Smolder.
Yeah, your homeboy is not going to make it.
Also, if he touches that matrix.
Oh, shoot, you're right. I can't take it. Dang it. I almost forgot about that. I was thinking earlier, instead of jumping in front of Scorch, I was going to grab it. So I'm so glad I didn't. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and...
I didn't want you to kill your character that soon. I got other plans for you.
Oh, okay. That's horrifying. Anyways, I'm going to use my ability that does not have a name. I don't know if maybe I just missed it or if it just doesn't have one, but it says light dims around you, making it harder for others to see you. Lasts 1 hour. Use once daily. Roll 1d20. If 13 or higher, your opponents gain disadvantage on rolls. Your distance weapon damage increases +4.
That's your religion bonus again.
Okay. Does it have a name?
Yeah, it's the name of your religion.
Okay, I'll add that. Let me go ahead and do a roll here. Even with a +2, I got 5. Basically, the room dims, but nobody gets any advantage or anything like that.
Okay. On top of the room dimming, it's going to dim even further. Anything you'd like to do?
Yes. Yes, actually, I would like to. There is a large lad next to Scorch, right?
There's 2 of them. One's after you and one's after Scorch.
Okay, I'm gonna throw hands with the one that's after me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my punchy. So I'm just gonna. Should I just roll to hit, or should I roll to hit with strength?
You roll a d20 plus your strength to hit for your punchy.
Cool. Okay. I got an 18.
That will land.
Cool. And for the audience, I have a wonderful new ability. Well, not an ability, but I have a wonderful new thing that happens now. When I do hand-to-hand combat, I have the possibility of doing acidic damage. So the way I'm going to flavor this, I think, is Smolder's claws start shifting color, turning to more of like an acidic green, and they start smoking.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and slash at this guy here. Let me go ahead and roll my thing. Is that good? Okay. So my regular damage is going to be 12, and let me go ahead and roll my acidic damage.
Okay, you can roll that all together in one go next time.
I can?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, you're right. They are? Okay, they're both D4s. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a 12 of regular damage and a 1 in the acidic.
Perfect. They seem to not mind too much about the acidic, but your 12 damage definitely feels it. It chitters in frustration.
Cool. Well, with that, I will go ahead and I will end my turn.
Scorchfire, you're up next.
I'm going for the chair again.
Okay.
I want to pick up my chair. I got an 18.
Okay, I'll allow it. You
Yes.
break the concrete that allows this chair to be connected to the ground, and you lift it above your head. What do you do?
All right, I was gonna say bring the thunder, but I'm bringing the smack down. I'm gonna smack the sweeper in front of me with this chair.
Okay.
This concrete chair.
You smacking or throwing?
Hey, if you're gonna throw, please make sure you don't hit me in the process. Thanks.
Should be fairly easy. You're only 5 foot tall.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually throw it. Hopefully, it can push them back.
Unless they roll a 1 and they
Yes,
drop
that's
it.
what I was gonna say.
No, don't roll a 1.
We're gonna find out.
You're gonna squash me like the bug I am.
Don't. What am I rolling for this? For the throw?
Or throws dexterity.
Oh, that's good. I got a 15.
15 will land.
Oh, thank you, chair.
Chair damage. I should get that for you because I did not see this coming.
Nice. You didn't see me picking up a chair. It's right by me. It's right by my hands.
There you go.
Okay.
So now
I got
we're
a
going
12.
WWE here. 12 points of chair damage. Words I
Ba-ba-dum-ba.
never thought I would say.
Ba-ba-dum-ba. I would then.
As the
After-
chair makes contact, I'm going to roll a con save for them real quick. 14. Okay, the chair hits them across the head, but they are still conscious. Go ahead.
Dang. Okay, well, so the Silver Matrix is all alone on the floor.
All alone on the floor, in front of the silver chair, the chrome chair, if you will.
And then
Which
how.
I believe is 1, 2, 3 chairs between you and it.
I would like to. Can I take a glance at the other members of the Vanguard and see how they're faring with Galaxy Wave really quick?
Absolutely. So as you're glancing at the other members of the Vanguard, you see Lioness Convoys fighting the sweep behind their chair, Umbral Prime standing neck and neck with them. Swordimus, Luminous, and Salvos are not doing great against Galaxy Wave. Swordimus has recently been smacked across the face and is on one knee in front of Galaxy Wave. And Salvos and Luminous are doing their best to distract him from being blasted. Wicked Convoy is still a pile of ash in front of everyone. Stormburst is just standing there while his sweep is scratching at him.
Oh shoot! I want to grab Smolder and start making a mad dash for the Silver Matrix.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm being grabbed, football style.
I'm picking you up, little man. Hut, we're going.
The
You
two
may
sweeps
pocket
in
me?
front of you will get an opportunity of attack since you're disengaging.
Okay.
Me?
Scorchfire.
Okay.
I'll roll the first one. 19. You're going to take half this damage, I believe, right?
Yes, I'll allow it.
25.
Okay,
I'll
that
do
one
half rounded down. Unless there's something else you would like to do.
I was gonna tuck and roll out of the way
Okay.
of one.
I'm going to let you roll with disadvantage since you have to hold Smolder.
That is okay. Let's see.
Cheering you on, though, don't worry.
Do you need me to read it?
Yes,
Tuck and roll. Okay. You may use this ability if you are being attacked, of which I am. Roll a d20 plus athletics. If you roll 1 through 10, you take full damage. 11 through 16, you take half damage. And 17 plus, you take no damage. You can use this twice a day.
I believe in you.
So 18 is the first. And 3 is the next one. I will simply take half damage from the first and full damage from the second.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's see the second one. With 22.
Okay.
These guys hit really hard. Speaking from
23
experience.
points of damage from the second one.
So that is 45 in total?
Right. But I think we gotta take half from the first one. Round it down, which is 12. So if you do 12 plus 23 should take us to 30.
Okay.
5. Yeah, that makes sense,
Didn't
right?
half of 22 be 11?
Oh yeah.
22 was the damage to hit.
Oh, I thought it was the damage
Yeah.
done.
No. There's two groups here. So the first one was 19 to hit, and it rolled a 25.
Oh, the 25. I was
Oh,
on the
yeah.
same page as
Okay,
Kilo.
Right, yeah. No, I understand. So 35 points in total damage as you make a dash towards the Silver Matrix, and during the next go around, you will be there.
Okay.
So with that, it's going to take us to the enemy's turn, which at this point, Galaxy Wave update punched Swartimus so hard in the face with his free hand, not the one with the laser on it, that he is now unconscious and laying on the ground. When he hits the ground, it makes a big thud, shaking the castle. Salvos jumps to him, but is merely caught by the throat, while Luminous is still holding on to his leg to try to stop him from moving around. Now we're going to move to the sweep in front of Stormburst. 23,
That hits.
not a natural.
That-
This is using a claw. I believe that's the roll I did. Dealing 21 points of damage as you still stand motionless, which is going to take us to your turn. The other sweeps are going to be moving towards Scorchfire and Smolder for their turn, so they're not going to attack. So now it's your turn. I will say, roll me con with advantage. Perfect.
And then
You are no longer scared, and you are able to assess the situation, and you are come to essentially in the moment. What do you do?
As I come to, I kind of survey and I see Scorchfire running with Smolder, and I'll try to regroup with them in the middle, but I'll try to make like a body shield once they get there, so I'll like hug them and have my back towards Shockwave. That way, if he shoots, he hits me.
Okay. With that, we're going to take us to the top round with Smolder. By the time it's your turn, you are all at the Silver Matrix in front of Primus's chair and corpse. Galaxy Wave is in the middle of dispensing Salvo's Prime by blasting his head off. Luminous is the last line of defense before he reaches his freedom towards you. What do you do?
Oh gosh.
You need to get out of here. How did you get here? I can't let this happen again.
You can come with us if you want. We can get out of
Right.
here.
How do you leave?
I like point to the fancy dancy looking wristwatch I got. This is from the TBD. They gave it to us. It's how we got here. It's how we get out.
You can teleport me if I don't have one?
Yes, it's one. I think it's one passenger per person.
I think you can do 2, but it takes an extra thing. I wrote it down somewhere.
That's
We-
correct. You each have 3 notches. It takes 2 to teleport one person, and it takes 3 to teleport you plus one other.
Okay.
Okay, I'll use all of mine, because I can just make sure that, because you've got to focus on the thing, and I'll focus on getting me and Homeboy out, and then you get yourself out with the Matrix.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna look at Sortimus, dude. I'm so bad. I don't want to leave him there, to be honest with you. He made me a little wooden figure. I tried to steal his Matrix like 2 episodes ago, but I adore him. How far away from me is he?
He's behind Galaxy Wave. And Galaxy Wave is behind Stormburst, and you guys are in front of Stormburst next to the Matrix.
Okay, would you say it's pretty risky to go for him?
Highly, highly risky.
I don't want to leave him.
Man.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you just saying this to yourself?
I'm gonna say Smolder's like muttering it. Like he's saying it quietly, like, I don't wanna leave him. He's one of the good ones. And he's just, oh my god, I'm so torn right now, because
Can I try to see if I can hear that?
Yeah.
Sure, roll perception.
11.
You heard half of it. Something about leaving him, but not quite sure who him is.
Who are you scared of leaving, Smolder?
Swerve, he's unconscious over there.
I look back and I don't want to leave him either, but my priority is you two. I need to make sure Scorchfire gets out of here. I can't lose them again.
I don't want to lose you either.
I'm going for Swordimus. Scorchfire, get Stormburst out of here. I'm doing it, dude. I'm going for Swordimus. I'm not supposed to, I know, but I'm unnecessarily attached.
Oh, little man.
Can I try to grab their leg?
It's not your turn. It's not your turn.
Smolder,
Can
you
I
roll
take
against it.
hand?
Okay.
I got a 10.
I also got
Both
a 10.
got a 10.
Oh,
All right, roll again.
I'll be the.
Alright.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll be the tiebreaker.
Scorchfire, are you trying to grab them as well?
I got a 7.
I got an 18.
Okay, Smolder escaped and is on their way to a highly risky involvement. So while they make their way over there, we're gonna move to Scorchfire real quick. Let you do something.
Pick up the silver matrix and hold it real close.
Okay. We will move to the enemy's turn, where Galaxy Wave crushes Luminous by the throat and drops them completely limp. They turn their gaze at Smolder.
No. Guys, I'm not gonna make
Little
it.
man, run! Little man, come back quick!
Dude, I'm running
They lift their blaster. Does a 13 land?
by 2 points, yeah.
By 2
You
points.
better
All right.
run.
You better just use your thing and get out of here.
It's not my turn anymore. I can't.
39 points of damage.
Alright,
Hits
I'm
you
fine.
straight in the chest.
Have
It's fine.
reactions?
Yeah, dude. God, shock. I like look at Galaxy Wave with like horror. As Energon is just splattering all over the floor. It's fine though. Ain't nothing gonna break in my stride. Nobody's gonna hold
Because
me
that
down.
was their first move out of 2. I was
Little
waiting for you
man.
to say something great like that. Too. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's fine,
Their
guys.
second attack. 16?
Oh, yeah, we're fine. Oh, 16 hits, yeah. That's not the damage.
bro.
Oh,
I'm
It
a
hits
little
so
scared.
hard. It's so hard.
I'm a little.
With the second blast
my
of
gosh.
4 points of damage.
Oh.
Hey, I have some news.
Are you unconscious?
I had 41 points of health left. But...
oh.
All right, roll me a death save, please.
Oh no!
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Is a death save just a d20 plus saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
But you better do this right. You better roll.
I got an 18.
Counts as 1 success. You must get 3 of these, and you'll live. If you get 3 fails, you die. But now you are
That's-
unconscious on the floor.
Whoops.
That is the end of the enemy's turn. It is now Stormburst's turn.
Okay, I want to look at Scorchfire and say, okay, how does your watch work? Show
Okay.
me.
Well, let's just like stick out my hand and show it to him. I actually have a question for the DM about the bracelet. If I were able to get over to Smolder, can I like activate his watch for him
That's
to
what I'm
send
thinking.
him home?
Yeah. There
Okay.
are 3 buttons on everyone's watches. 1 to activate, 1 to go up in the catalog, and 1 to go down in the catalog.
Okay.
Can you do me a big favor, Scorch, and pick me up, press my button, and chuck me like a grenade at Swordimus?
Oh,
So I can just teleport both of us.
if you're just touching him,
Yeah, dude, chuck me at him.
Bro.
Boomerang style. You
How
saw I
does it
was
work,
going
Scorch?
for
It
it.
is Stormburst's turn, though. Just be
Stormburst-
aware.
Okay, so I show him my watch. I said, "This is the button to get home." This one specifically.
Okay, I got it. That one right there.
Yes, this one.
Okay, I sprint, I take out my shield, and I'm like, you get out of here, I'll go get your friend. And I'll run towards Smolder, and I'll, with my shield up so I can try to see if he try to shoots at me. And I'll try to press the button.
Okay, roll me concentration.
16.
You are able to press Smolder's button. Blue and white and green light sparkles all around you and Smolder. And a flash of white light, you're both gone. Scorchfire, you're still there though.
Sick.
With that, we're moving to the top round, which would have been Smolder, but now it is Scorchfire.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna press the button. I'm gonna go.
No, sort of it.
Sorry, sort of it. Wait, actually, how close is sort of it to me?
Behind Galaxy Wave now.
Galaxy Wave is up, so it's probably not worth it anymore.
I was gonna say I could go invisible and try to get around it, but like, it was pretty risky. Yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna press the button.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll
Sorry.
me a D100 with disadvantage.
Excuse me?
Just her or everybody?
Oh, no.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Oh, no.
Everybody who used a teleporter.
Okay. Oh, that's
Actually,
right.
Smolder and Stormburst, you can just roll the normal.
I'm
Just
out.
roll normal.
Yeah, just roll normal.
I got a 1. I
rolled-
can't get any lower.
I rolled a 52.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I got a 60.
Okay, so we'll take the average of Stormburst and Smolder, which should be, what, 56 between the two of those? And then Scorchfire, you got a 1.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So, we're gonna continue on here with Stormburst, Smolder appearing in the TBD. Smolder is unconscious. Stormburst, what do you do? You're in this new environment. There are hive bots that you do not know that they are called hive bots. They are TVs, monitors exploring other timelines. But your main priority right now is the unconscious Smolder on the ground.
I'm
I'm
flatlining.
holding them in my arms. And I'm like, I need a medic. Anybody? I try to look at the little bots and be like, are you a medic? Can you help me?
The little hive bot comes over, and one of their hands turns into a defibrillator and hits Smolder. Smolder, roll a death save with advantage.
Okay. Hey, I got a 12.
Counts as a failure. Put that down.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
They hit you again. Roll again with advantage.
Okay.
Well, that's happening. I'm like,
Well,
come
I'm
on, little
scared.
buddy. Come on.
I got an 8.
Put down another failure.
Oh no!
Come on, little buddy. I keep shaking them.
Dude, I'm
Defibrillator.
trying.
The highbot rubs the defibrillator together, even though this means nothing, actually. But, you know, everyone's seen it on movies. Makes it work better. And hits you
I'm gonna
again.
tell
Go ahead and do it
Scorchfire.
with an extra advantage.
Okay. Even this scares me because the DM's trying to save me. Okay.
God.
Okay.
Ooh. Whoa.
3 13s. Wow. Put down a success.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Really down to the wire here.
Oh my God.
They rub their little defibrillator again together and hit you one more time. Again with the double advantage.
I'm so scared.
Double advantage.
Oh. Okay. Okay, we're good. It's fine. We're fine. Okay, I got a 17. We're fine.
Okay, you go to 1 health. Your little eyes, little optics open up, and all you see is Stormburst. No sign of Scorchfire.
I kneel on the floor. I'm
no.
like, oh, you're alive. Oh, thank
Oh.
Primus.
Oh, where's Scorchfire?
And at that point, we're going to end it right there and switch to the other group.
Bro.
So,
Why? Why would
Welcome
you
back.
do that? Stop.
welcome back to Transform and Roll Out Season 3 Eons Episode 5. First thing first, this will be the continuation of Episode 4 following the Scorchfire Smolder Mantyx adventure featuring Mantyx and Domina. So players, here's the plan. You're going to tell me which character you play, give us a short description of what they look like, and what is going on through their brain module. Clickbait, you're up first.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Clickbait, and I play Mantyx. He's an ex-Decepticon seeker. He's currently working with the gang to try and get the TBD, whatever objective they're working towards. Current thoughts going through his head, he's he's not sure what to do. He doesn't know whether or not the TBD's motives are genuine or not great, and he doesn't know whether or not he doesn't know how to deal with what's happening right now. He's just been told about resistance. He doesn't know if he's going to grab and go or join the resistance. He's just feeling a lot of confliction and uncertainty right now.
Perfect. And Celeste, do you mind describing what your character looks like and what's going on through their brain module?
Hi there, I'm Celeste, and I play as Domina Fabula. Currently, he's confused on her current situation, but she knows that the only way to survive this new timeline she's in, she needs to trust the two people who at least she's been able to get contact with. So she's gonna do her best to mentally recover and focus on her mission, which is finding the anomaly.
Perfect. And finally, I'm Onyx. I'll be your DM, your Primus, your god for this round. Are you two ready to get started?
I'm starting to think this power is going to your head.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're picking up where we last left off with Domina and Mantyx being saved by a purple and silver boxy helicopter bot with a green visor who apparently can teleport, and him asking you both if you will be joining him in the resistance. Action.
Resistance, that sounds like an awful lot of commitment. Do you think maybe we could meet these people first? I don't want to get caught up in another war. I can avoid it.
I have to say the same. I do not know what you're fighting against with who or your ideologies too. There's always two sides of the story, and I always want to know what's going on before taking a decision like this.
I'm always for taking down tyrannical regimes, but just a little background information.
The mysterious bot simply states, "We don't have much time. You changing into a flight mode alerted the guards, and more will be on their way shortly. Quickly, we must go to the TBD."
Let's go.
And in his head, Mantyx is thinking like, well, if the TBD would have given me more information, I wouldn't have triggered the alarms.
Perfect. The traveling battle defenders will have more joiners soon in our rebellion against Zeta.
Zeta?
I know Zeta.
Yes.
Do I know
The Zeta Prime?
Yeah, Zeta Prime is the tyrannical ruler of everything.
Does Mantyx know Zeta Prime, like from Cybertron before on his timeline?
On his timeline, yes, but he wasn't necessarily a huge threat. He was easily taken out by a team called the Wreckers.
He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, we're going to censor that bit, but yes.
Oh, sorry. He's kind of a not nice guy. Okay.
Yeah, not nice guy.
Mantyx probably wouldn't like him anyways.
Correct. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your names. And you two are? I mean, I should know who you are if you're going to be joining the TBD.
Well, my name's, Mantyx.
Mantyx?
Fake name.
Good to have you.
Do you? And what's your name?
And, well, they like to call me around here the Arisen, but it's just to strike fear towards our oppressors, and you can just call me that too. It's a secret. I'm supposed to be technically dead.
Well, I want a cool nickname if you get one.
Domina chuckles at the conversation. She's rubbing her head, just listening to them and keeping alert, making sure that nobody else is going to be sneaking up on them.
Perfect. Domina, roll me advantage with perception.
Okay.
Mantyx is just eyeballing the spot. He's trying to decide if how similar he looks to the bot was killed when he was doing this the last time, if he looks similar or not, and he's considering just like grabbing this bot and dipping. He
looks extremely similar. The only difference is a shoddy purple and silver paint up job. You can see through. There's some chips in the paint. There's that same sky blue underneath.
Okay, he's just gonna kind of file that away and think about that. Can I look around also?
A 6.
No. Can I look
To
around
you,
a
it
little?
looks very
sorry.
clear.
She is so disoriented still.
Completely understandable. There's a lot to take in. It is very depressing in here. There's very greasy streets. Everything's dirty. There's just so many things to be distracted. Yes, Mantyx, you may roll.
Yay.
Normal perceptions for you, though.
17.
There are indeed a lot of guards on their way.
You remember what you said a few seconds ago about, more guards coming? Yeah, that moment is quickly approaching. We should probably get out of here if we intend on making it out of this alive.
Perfect. And he opens up a sewer hatch and he says, "Climb in."
Question. Can Domina actually fit in there? Remember, she's kind of big.
She is big.
Um,
Why not?
How big is she?
She is a fortress size, so her biggest height was 38 feet, I believe.
Absolutely.
38.
They gotta fit bigger bots in here to clean the place anyway. So yes,
Perfect.
you can fit in.
I don't want her being stuck halfway in there. Okay.
Mantyx is just gonna be like
I don't know what I expected.
and hop in the sewer.
Domina follows, and she doesn't speak up that she didn't introduce herself, which is fine. She's gonna wait later on.
Perfect. You both hop in the sewer. It is disgusting. There are oil greases everywhere. There's junk. There are body parts in here. It is gross. There is leftover rotting energon. It is terrible smelling. If you can smell, I don't know about your characters if they do or do not. Who cares? If you could, you wouldn't want to. That's how bad it is. And you're just kind of like
Gross.
hanging out down in the sewer. He's not really moving too far. He's just kind of pacing back and forth.
Make sure we pull the hatch down behind us so they can't see where we went in.
Perfect. Perfect. Makes a little latching sound.
Oh, I hate dark enclosed spaces.
Domina prefers to stand behind them too. Since she is the biggest, she wants to be like the shield behind them if they were to be followed later on, by the way.
Perfect. Perfect.
Mantyx does not trust you at all and is gonna keep an eye on you.
I wouldn't
He's
trust
gonna-
myself either. No.
He's gonna turn to the Arisen.
So, this can't be the Resistance. I assume you're going to be taking us somewhere.
Yes, we're waiting.
It'd be
I have
disappointing if the Resistance was a
contact.
sewer.
It would be. It would be very, very disappointing. No. I have a contact. I haven't heard confirmation about who your friend is here, but if they don't want to be a part of this, I know this great marauder team that could take them off world.
Friend, I don't know this bot. This, aside from encountering this bot a few cycles ago, I have no past experience with them. I don't even know who they are.
Excuse me, what's your name?
You could just call me Domina for now.
Domina? Perfect. Never heard of it. You don't seem to be from around here. None of you have shackles like everyone else above.
What can I say? We're just special like that.
Although you do have a watch, which is acting a little weird.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. The bots I got it from, they assume it works a lot better than it actually does. It's to go on the fritz quite regularly. But
That's interesting.
yeah, well, I have to admit I'm not really from around here either. What's going on your world?
Well, this is one of Zeta's colonies he uses for
Zeta.
mining resources. And I'm out here to try to find... I don't suppose you know who the Savage Khans are, right?
I do not know if they're the same as the ones I've heard of, but I'm also not from here. Most of my information comes from, you could say, from different interpretations of a story. Repeated so many times and
them from
misinformation gained here there.
You do not know them of your timeline.
Okay. It probably wouldn't matter anyways because it's a level 3 fine thread.
The Arisen looks at you, Domina, and says, I like your style. Ominous and straight to the point. Anyway,
Thank you.
long story short, I'm here to kill them because, well, they killed my sister and, well, the rest of the wreckers of the team that I was on. Except for Borg. Borg, I have beef with Zeta.
I know of the wreckers, probably.
You do not know of the wreckers.
I apologize about your sister's passing.
So, we're just waiting for, the rest of the team to get here.
Those bots, the sentinels that we were fighting up there, are they actual
The guards?
bots? The guards, yes. Are they actual bots or are they
Yes,
not sentient?
every bot's dream to grow up and be recruited into an army for benefits. Not really my style. They do have their own personalities, but it has been made to order, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know, I was very disoriented when I met, I apologize, Mantyx, I believe was your name?
Yes.
I was very disoriented from my previous trip. What planet is this again? I know it's not Cybertron, but I had forgotten the name of this place.
It's Caminus, my friend.
Domina blinked and her head shook. She looked very disturbed, confirming again that this was Caminus. and a little bit saddened about it too. But she makes no more comment of it.
This is Zeta guy. Where is he at? And what are you from around here too? Because you don't. It's your story.
Me?
Hmm. I know.
I'm actually from Caminus, but I've traveled around. First, I was recruited by a mysterious organization called the Wreckers, and it's been 10,000 years since the incident.
You lost your sister.
Yes, my whole team.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All I have left is the recording you heard earlier.
And now you fight for greater good?
Well, it took a while. I had, obviously, my first 8,999 years of depression, as all bots do. And then I worked my way up after I found the rebellion. The Red Streak found me and asked if I wanted to actually do something with my life. And took almost 1,000 tries, but I finally said yes. And here I am today.
So I can assume that the Zeta Prime from here is someone we should be very careful of.
Oh, absolutely. He's not someone to mess around with. He's made a weapon that can harness bots' energies and turns them into resources that he uses to feed his Omega Destructors.
Well, I have a proposition for you. I know that you are fighting for greater good here, but what if I told you that where we are right now is just one of many timelines that exist, and that there is another timeline that greatly needs your help, and if you came to help out in our timeline, you would have the ability to come back to this timeline and help out here again, and potentially save your timeline from ceasing to exist.
Domina, does this make sense to you? What are timelines? There's just here and now.
That is what I thought too.
Now you're doing crazy talk.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. I understand that. Domina, where or when do you come from?
Like you, Mantis, I'm also not from here. I came from a different branch. Consider it as a tree with many branches. Basically, I'm an apple that fell. I do suppose you know what an apple is or from Earth. Basically,
what is yours?
Okay. This timeline is very confusing. Never mind.
It's very straightforward. Fight the oppressors.
I'm not from here. I'm from a very different dimension myself too.
How close am I standing to this bot?
You're between them and Domina. Fairly close.
They're like reach out and touch him, or I'd have to lunge?
You may have to lunge.
Okay.
He's not trusting you too much, because now you're talking nonsense about timeline.
That's fair. Oh gosh, what do you say?
Domina only mentioned about timelines because Mantyx mentioned it first, and listening to them earlier, especially speaking about the watch. So Domina has lowered her guard a little bit about this subject. So just to let them know she's really out of the loop of what's going on, especially with our buddy's timeline in Caminus.
DM, I have that forget me ray, right? Since he probably doesn't trust me anymore. How long ago does that erase?
However long you need.
Primus. I'm gonna use it. Oh god, he's gonna hate me for this forever. But Mantyx understands that his watch is quickly running out of time, and he really, if Galaxy Wave found him in the other iteration of time, he's probably gonna find him again, and he really, really doesn't want to chance that. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this forget me ray. I'm gonna make him forget about the last however long whenever I started talking about timelines, because Mantyx has realized that this guy's a pretty skittish bot, and that the best approach is just gonna be to go for it, because he doesn't want to waste this opportunity and die again.
Perfect.
Question again.
Okay.
If Mantyx uses this, that means that our buddy's gonna forget what Domina also said too. So Domina's safe about this. And okay.
Correct.
Perfect. Yep. Teamwork.
So you take out your device, and this character, who has dubbed himself the Arisen, or others have, and he's just going with it, is looking at you curiously and asks, "What's that?"
This will help you understand what I'm talking about.
And do I have to roll anything, or does it just hit him? This is gonna go really badly otherwise.
Roll Dex.
Dex, oh, Primus. Okay, this is gonna go badly. Oh, Primus, okay.
I'll just say Domina is still very distracted with
11.
the stench and the rot of body she's seeing, so she's not noticing what Mantyx is doing.
Perfect. With a flash of white light. No, this is not a Men in Black ripoff. Don't think that at all. He goes
Get him.
and is dazed.
And as the second it hits him, I'm gonna jump for him and activate my watch.
Okay.
When I come in contact with him, I'm not gonna
Roll.
activate it before I come in contact with him.
Roll a d100.
Oh, Primus.
Don't pull a hex and get a nat 1 with your D100.
Don't jinx me, bro.
Oh my god,
66.
Domina's gonna be left in the sewers.
That
So
was the scariest thing I've ever.
blue, sky blue, and green and white glitter begins to surround the both of you, Mantyx, and this arisen boss. And a poof of white light, and you're gone. It is now just Domina in the sewer. What do you
Sorry.
do?
it. It's fine.
He was gonna
Okay.
he was gonna run. He was gonna run.
Yeah. Okay, so Domina was late to realize what was happening due to the distraction of her surroundings. But Domina feels somewhat relaxed knowing that she can continue her own mission and finding her the anomaly she needed to find earlier without any more disturbances. Now that she knows what Zeta Prime is doing,
Mhm.
she's in more alert and has to be careful.
Okay. Are you pulling out your device?
Yes. So
You pull out your anomaly device, and it now says there are no anomalies nearby.
Primus' sake. It was him.
Oh my goodness.
My siblings will be angry with me.
And as you say that, we're going to flip to Mantyx and the Arisen. And as we do this, I'm actually going to ask each and every one of you to move to the general chat, and I will call you back.
Oh no.
I'm going to keep Mantyx
That
though.
is so ominous. Bye, guys.
No.
As the listeners will know, players, this will be a surprise for you later.
Oh no.
All right, I'm moving. I'm moving.
We are going to pick up right where we left off with Mantyx teleporting the Arisen to the TBD. When you arrive to the TBD, you notice your wristwatch still has 3 notches on it.
What in Primus name is going on?
You do not see Smolder or Stormburst at all. This is before they arrived. Technically, they took longer at the Vanguard. So, as soon as you arrive, Era comes up to you and this dazed bot and says,
Let's take this cross summit to the orientations lab, and Mantyx,
Hang on.
come with me into the office for debrief.
Hang on,
I won't ask you twice.
What are you gonna do with him? Is he gonna be okay?
We're going to get him caught up.
Be careful, I think he has abilities, so just be gentle with
We
him.
are well. Come along, Mantyx.
He's like torn.
Where are my friends? Where's Scorchfire?
They'll be here shortly. You arrived before them. Our trackers indicate they are still in their mission. We'll send
Are
you
they-
along here shortly.
Are they okay? Are they alive?
Their spark beats indicate they are still breathing. If we could breathe.
Very well.
several little high bots come up and they grab Crosssummit by the hand and they also hit him with a Forget Me Ray. He is now unconscious and they bring him into a different room. Era goes directly into an office room in this main control room that is to the left of the entry pad where you teleported in. Do you follow behind him?
I will follow behind him, but I'm like paying attention. I absolutely still do not trust these guys, so he's just gonna kind of keep a hand near his sword
Perfect.
and his whip.
As soon as you enter the office room, the door shuts behind you. Era sits down at his desk and says,
Mantyx, I am happy that you successfully returned with your mission. However, I would like to make it clear. I do not approve of the way you both questioned me and raised your voice beforehand. Our goal here is to defeat Unicron, and this will not come to pass if this is to continue. I need skilled soldiers that will do as I ask of them.
at this time, Mantyx, roll perception.
Okay, world perception. Oh no, I'm scared. A 19.
19, fantastic. You see it's a typical office with a desk, a massive holographic image of himself behind his desk, a door that leads to what looks like a closet or storage room of some kind, but what seems to be the most interesting thing is a blue matrix that seems to be missing its crystal. Below, a mechanical blue narwhal with a nameplate that just simply says Nautilus P.
Oh no. That doesn't mean anything to me, does it?
That means nothing to you, but the players that listen or the audience will probably understand and put two and two together.
Okay, well, he's just gonna look at
You can
Era.
certainly ask him, though.
I probably will. He's just gonna look at Era and he goes,
I understand that you have an organization here and that you're trying to achieve an objective, but when you give us no information and just separate the group into sections where we cannot communicate with each other, you have to understand that it can cause us to be distrustful. And I understand that you have things that you cannot tell us. However, I'm sure if you know as much as you do, you know of my past and my history, and I do not take kindly to deception, and I understand there is a bit of withholding information that must occur in any leadership position. However, if you would be willing to work with me, I am willing to work with you. Do not expect a mindless soldier from a Cybertronian or any of my group.
See, Mantyx, that's what I'm talking about. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? Look,
I'm
come
listening.
here. I would like to show you something.
He clicks a button on his desk, which then throws up a little tiny hologram. This gets your attention. On there shows Shockwave. Shockwave on cams moving around and appearing in several timelines, all of them hunting a specific bot. As you focus, see better. Era moves and gets up from his desk to the front of the door behind you. But as you're focusing on this Shockwave,
can I turn to keep an eye
you
on
can
him?
try. You'll miss the hologram. What do you do?
I'm focusing on the hologram, probably. Shockwave is a huge thing for Mantyx.
What is this? How can you see Shockwave? Why are we not
Era
taking him out?
says from behind you.
We don't know why. He always targets the same bot.
As he says this, it becomes evidently clear that in each of these recordings, Shockwave is either murdering or capturing or both the same bot. But the result always yields the same. Cross Summit's body being dragged through a purple portal generated by Shockwave.
This has happened before. What happened to me has happened before. Why is he doing this?
Roll perception.
And they're like literally shaking right now. 21.
As you focus more on these holographic recordings, you see more of them appear to update as the more later timeline. You see a more recent version of Shockwave, one that appeared to look exactly like the one you encountered in the field of Turbo Horses, a completely black Shockwave, who you know as Galaxy Wave. And you see another one, focusing on where he is currently, on bots that look familiar, Scorchfire and Smolder, fighting him off in the sweeps in the Primus Vanguard castle. You don't know it's the Primus Vanguard, but you can assume.
My friends, they're in danger. I need to go to them. You have to give me another watch.
And as you say this, you feel a sharp pinch through your chest.
Ah!
The sword of Vector Prime pokes through your patched up chest plate. Go ahead and automatically roll a death saving.
Death save?
Yes.
Not again. Saving throw +1. Oh my god, of course this one. Great.
Mark down a failure. Era continues.
Like I said, Mantyx, I'm looking for soldiers that don't ask questions.
And as he says this, the door to the storage room opens and another Mantyx steps out. Identical in almost every way. The only difference is this one does not have a healing patch on their chest, nor a TBD watch. Era continues.
It took me a while to find your replacement. Apparently bots like you have an issue with authority, but not him. In his universe, he was the right-hand bot of Megatron instead of Starscream, which has caused them to be more obedient behavior.
The slagger you.
Help that he killed his own Starscream. Reminds me of a younger me. Oh, and you'll love this. His full title is Mantyx, the Grand Superior Baron Elite High Supreme Air Commander.
I never wanted to be Air Commander.
They've been briefed on your history, Mantyx, and they will be replacing you from here on out. Thank you for your service.
And he pulls out his sword from your chest. and kicks you to the ground. Roll another death save for me. Got another failure, and I'm going to roll a D100 for you.
I'm really gonna cry. Oh my gosh.
You got a max. Right on. So when you fall to the ground, you just so happen to fall on your watch, which then activates, and blue flickers and green flickers of lights orbit around you, and you gone in a flash of light. It's only Era in this room with the new Mantyx and looks up to the new Mantyx.
You have your objectives. Be sure each of them finish their mission before you put an end to them. The other half of the recruits should be here soon. We should have the latest version of the TBD watch shortly. Once we do, you should be able to traverse the threads to ensure you have access to each member's objectives. Now, Mantyx, Smolder and Scorchfire should be here shortly. Let's give them a warm welcome.
As you wish, my lord.
Perfect. I'm going to invite them in real quick.
I have to act normal now. This is going to be so hard.
Now, we're going to switch back to the perspective of Smolder and Stormburst. Real quick, you are coming to the realization that Scorchfire is no longer here. And as you do, and ask where is Scorchfire, the office door of the central control room opens up, and Eric steps out, and so does Mantyx.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm bleeding all over the place right now because there's a huge. Oh, sorry, my bad. There's a huge hole in my chest from a nice big blast, and there's probably blood like coming out of my mouth too. I'm just like half dead on the floor. I'm more than half dead. I'm like 1 health. You think I'm 1 health point away from dying? You think that?
I'm holding the bloody mess.
In Stormburst, you notice Mantyx. Mantyx, someone you haven't seen in a long time.
Mantyx? Is that you?
Do I recognize this spot, DM?
They're slightly off in color, but they look almost identical to your Stratostorm.
Stratostorm? Is that you?
Oh, it's
a guy's dying here.
It's a version of me. I go by Stormburst now.
And with that, we end. A dark purple portal opens in a dim lit room. Galaxy Wave steps through, and his singular red optic lights up the space, revealing portions of a research lab. As the last of his body comes through, we see he appears to be dragging a body behind him. But with the lights off, only shadows and mysteries linger to whether the body is dead or merely unconscious. Galaxy Wave lifts the body up by one of its legs up onto a chain. Gears click, and instantly the body begins to lift into the above abyss and out of sight. Galaxy Wave then turns towards a center control panel and flips a switch, which slowly begins to illuminate the room with a soft blue. Monitors, flasks, testing equipment, what looks like more gray backpacks similar to the one Galaxy Wave wears today. One of the monitors turns red, followed by the overhead lights. At the moment, Unicron begins to talk.
Galaxy Wave, I see you have returned. I presume the Primus Vanguard has been removed from play. I have. There were some unexpected variables, but rest assured, the Primus Vanguard can no longer operate. Did you secure the Silver Matrix? No. That, unfortunately, escaped with an old experiment. More than half of the Primus Vanguard is dead.
Galaxy Wave drops to his knees, using his laser arm to stabilize himself and his good hand against his head to attempt to ease the pain. It fails.
You fail to understand the situation, Galaxy Wave. As long as the Silver Matrix is not within my grasp, I can never reach godhood. You failed, and if you do so again, I will cast you out like your predecessor. Now then, finish your work on my portal and galaxy wave. Yes, my master. Do not fail me again. As you command.
The lights flicker back to the soft blue hue. We begin to pan out, noticing all the equipment and research tables organized in a small semicircle. And as we gradually continue outwards, notice everything on a flat circle platform hovering over an endless drop, with outer walls filled with cages. In all of these cages, we see the same gray dead bot, Cross Summit.
Next time on Transform and Roll Out.
Go ahead and roll
Excellent.
damage. I just want to say, I really enjoy that your mic picks up your hands rubbing together.
Oh, I've been caught. Finally, old lady's gonna throw some punches. Grandma, please. Domina.
You got a big ship?
Big, beautiful ship. That's why I called her.
What was her name?
Big, beautiful ship.
Oh, I'm sorry for I got confused.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. I feel that
Okay.
every day at my job. Every day.
Is the elevator even safe?
Probably not.
Then a noise starts to come out of the vent.
Excuse you.
Louder
Hang on.
and
No,
closer.
I don't want to do this anymore.